All right, it is movie review time again, and I recently took the opportunity to watch the new movie BlackBerry. And BlackBerry, of course, is the story of the rise and fall of the BlackBerry phone. Now, this year has been quite a year for what I refer to as pop culture, because you've had Air about Air Jordans, and Tetris about Tetris, and Super Mario Brothers, and now you have the movie BlackBerry. I did like this movie. I thought the acting was really good. The writing overall was strong. I just didn't find it quite on the level of, let's say, Air and Tetris and even Super Mario Brothers. It was still a good movie. And I know this is going to be a little bit of a, you can say it's a kind of picky, but one of the things that I just didn't like was some of the camera work. And I know you're going to say that's as picky, but it was. In some cases, it made me feel like I was watching more of a TV show, almost like an episode of The Office, than a movie. And I know you can say, well, that's not a reason to dislike it, but I didn't say I didn't dislike it. I do like the movie. I just don't feel it's quite as strong as those other ones I mentioned earlier. This, though, was another movie, like a lot of these recently, that was in theaters for just a moment. It may still be playing in some of the larger areas around. It is on starting to move to video on demand. So if this is something that would interest you, you're most likely going to have to watch it on video on demand or streaming when it starts streaming. So I do recommend it. It is, again, about the rise and the fall of the BlackBerry phone. And if you're from the late 90s, the early part of this, if you've old enough to remember that, you may have even owned a BlackBerry. So if you don't know much about the history of it, no, I think it's a pretty fascinating thing to watch. So I'm going to give the movie 4 out of 5 stars.